Okay, I have 2 carrots that I've washed. I'm gonna cut off the ends and peel them. Then I'm gonna grate them. If you want to use the bigger side of the grater, you can, but I prefer to use the smaller side. So I'm gonna peel them now. So you don't press hard because you don't want to get off too much of the skin, just gently. If you don't have one of these, you can use a knife. Let me show you what we did when we were growing up and we didn't have all these fancy gadgets. You would just get the carrot like this, and then we would just scrape with the knife. Scrape, and we would get off all the skin. It does a pretty good job too. So you don't need all these fancy gadgets that we have nowadays. So I'll just finish these up and then we grate. And when you're finished, you give it a little check and make sure you get off all the little brown parts. And sometimes the peeler might take out too much, so you just use a knife and cut out any little brown part. Okay, so I said I'm gonna shred the carrots. So sometimes some people like this side. I prefer this is a smaller side version. Then you have all the other. This is a 5-sided grater. So I'm gonna use this little small side here. And shred. Doesn't go as fast, but I prefer the texture. See, that's how it comes out. So I finish this up, and then, or if you have a food processor, that's fine. So to the carrots, I'm gonna add some dried cranberries. You can also add raisins, but I like the tartness of the cranberries, so I'm adding them today. I will use the raisins if I'm just gonna make a carrot salad. So I'm gonna use the cranberries. So I have the raisins here if I wanted to use them, but you can use them if you don't have the cranberries. So let me just finish mixing this together. I'm gonna set this aside. So I'm gonna move on to the cucumbers. And I'm not gonna peel the entire thing. I'm just gonna peel just some strips around, just for decorative purposes. Doesn't have to be in exact straight lines, it doesn't matter. Or you don't have to do this either. You can use like a fork too and just use it to draw some lines along the length of the cucumber, and then you'll have a nice little design when you cut them. I'm going to cut up the cucumber now into some thin slices. Not extra thin because I want them to have a nice little bite. So So I'm holding the cucumber a little awkward, so I can't go as fast as I normally do. So let me turn it my way. And what you can do to get it into some nice, so it doesn't slide off, you just keep the knife anchored there, and then you just bring it down and you move the cucumber. You don't move the knife, you just move the cucumber. That way you keep it steady and you get nice even slices. See, we get some nice cucumber slices there. This one's gonna go off. Nice and even. So next I'm gonna cut the tomato into some half slices. If you have a lot of tomatoes, you could just cut them in round slices, but I'm working with what I have today. And I like to use a serrated edge knife to cut my tomatoes. It gives me more control. So I'm gonna do that for both pieces. I'm gonna prepare the orange. I'm gonna take off the skin and expose the flesh. So I'm gonna cut it some more until I reach the fruit itself, like that. And I cut this side just the same. And I'm gonna cut along the edges here. Just cut down. Just like that. And cut it like this so you can see it properly. It's good to use a serrated knife like this. This is a steak knife, so it cuts it easier for me. So I'm going to do that all around. Let me take up all of this skin. So I'm going to cut out the segments now. Just this side where you cut out the segments like this. So I'm making an orange dressing for the salad. This is one of my favorite dressings. And I'm going to do that for one more orange. So I'm going to take out the seeds from out the segments. And it doesn't matter if the segments get broken. So I'm not going to let the orange waste. I'm going to clean up everything from inside in between these parts. Get all of this good stuff out. And I'll do this right around until I get out everything. This is what it looks like after I've gotten everything out. Nothing is wasted. Okay, so I have a lime here. I'm gonna squeeze some lime juice. But first, let me use some sugar. I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons of sugar. 2 level teaspoons of sugar. I'm using brown sugar today. Golden brown. And I'm gonna add about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. A little less than that. About a 1/8 teaspoon of salt. And the oranges are not that sour, so I'm gonna add a little lime juice to it. So I'm gonna add about 1/2 teaspoon of lime juice. And about 1/2 teaspoon of vinegar. Ouch! Went over, but that's fine. I won't use this that's in here. Okay, so alright, so I'm gonna mix this up. I'm adding another teaspoon of sugar. I'm gonna mix this up. So I'm gonna use some of the orange juice from this to let this dissolve the sugar easily. Okay, so that's good, and I give it a little taste to see if it's okay. Yeah, that's tasting pretty good. I'm just gonna add these to it. And that's my dressing. Now I'm gonna put my salad together. So I have a nice plate here, and I'm gonna you could put the salad dressing in the middle and arrange everything around it, or you could put it to the side and arrange like that. I'm gonna put it in the center today, and I'm gonna start with the carrot. Just gonna arrange it around the edges. So I'm just gonna arrange this around the edges. Or if you wanted to do like a tossed salad, you could do everything in a tossed salad and use the dressing. I'm going to arrange the cucumbers now. Tomatoes, because I have so much lettuce, I'm not gonna put the tomatoes right around. I'm gonna put them on either side. have some iceberg lettuce which I've washed already. I'm just gonna put these around the edges, whichever way looks most attractive to you. Just have fun. Or you could cut them up in smaller pieces if you want. And I love almonds on my salad, so I just sprinkle some around, especially on the lettuce. Or you could use chopped walnuts too. What I'm gonna do, just gonna add some orange slices, just to show that's what our salad is about today. So enjoy.